Hi, my name is Julia Majmudar, and this is my interactive advanced concept presentation 1 with gummy bears. The description of this experiment I have taken from the assignment page, so we'll jump straight into the question of our experiment, which is why, when a gummy bear is soaked in salt water, does it not swell until it reaches a point where the water concentrations outside the gummy bear is equal to that of when it is inside? My experiment steps included buying gummy bears, filling up a cup a little less than 3/4 full with tap water, filling up another cup of the same size with a little less than 3/4 full of salt solution. I made the solution by adding salt to the water until the salt no longer dissolved. I put one gummy bear in each solution and let them soak for 8 hours. After 8 hours of soaking, I took the gummy bears out of the water and salt water and compared them to a regular gummy bear. My observations were that the gummy bear that soaked in the water expanded significantly, while the gummy bear that soaked in salt water did not seem to change in size, but instead looked to be very cloudy. I compared this with my normal gummy bear. My observation was not one that is normal, so I will also explain the results of a normal experiment. And the result of a normal experiment would be that a gummy bear soaked in salt water will not swell like a gummy bear soaked in tap water due to the principles of osmosis and the differences in solute concentration between the two environments. Here's a quick note about my personal results. I did not get the results of a normal experiment, possibly due to the concentration of salt. I could have had an isotonic solution, and that is if the salt concentration of my water was not high enough to create a significant osmotic gradient. This could have caused my gummy bear to not shrink. An isotonic solution, where the concentration of solutes outside the gummy bear is similar to the concentration inside, would result in no net movement of water. Another reason why my experiment might not have turned out like a normal one could be due to gelatin properties. Gelatin can absorb water and swell. In some cases, the interaction between the salt and the gelatin might prevent the expected shrinking. Salt ions can interact with the gelatin network, affecting its ability to release water. 3, my solution could have had problems with hydrophilic nature. The hydrophilic nature of gelatin might resist losing water due to the surrounding salt solution maintaining its size. Now we'll switch back into an explanation of normal observations. We'll look at gummy bear composition, osmosis, saltwater environment, water movement, and equilibrium. For gummy bear concentration, a gummy bear is composed mainly of gelatin and sugar. The gelatin forms a network that traps water molecules, giving the gummy bear its structure and texture. Osmosis is the process by which water molecules move from an area of lower solute concentration, that would be the water, to an area of higher solute concentration, that would be the salt water. This movement continues until equilibrium is reached, meaning the concentration of solutes, in this case salt, is balanced on both sides of the membrane. For the saltwater environment, when a gummy bear is placed in salt water, the concentration of solutes, salt, outside the gummy bear is higher than the concentration of solutes, sugar, and gelatin inside the gummy bear. And then water movement. Due to osmosis, water will move out of the gummy bear to the surrounding salt water where the solute concentration is higher. This causes the gummy bear to lose water and shrink rather than swell. And lastly, equilibrium. The gummy bear will continue to lose water until the solute concentration inside the gummy bear matches the solute concentration outside in the salt water. At this point, water molecules will move in and out of the gummy bear at the same rate, reaching dynamic equilibrium. This prevents the gummy bear from swelling because the loss of water balances any gain, resulting in no net increase in size. So let's combine everything we know so far in fancier terms. When you place a gummy bear in water, the initial state is the water concentration inside the gummy bear is higher, more water and less solute, compared to the salt water outside, which would be less water, more solute. For the osmotic movement, water molecules will naturally move out of the gummy bear into the salt water to balance the solute concentrations on both sides of the gummy bear's surface. This movement of water out of the gummy bear will continue as long as the salt concentration outside remains higher than the sugar concentration inside the gummy bear. Concerning equilibrium and water movement, for dynamic equilibrium, eventually the water movement will slow down and reach a point where the concentration of solutes, that sugar inside the gummy bear and salt outside, is balanced. At this point, the water concentrations are equal on both sides of the gummy bear's surface. The effect on the gummy bear includes in a hypotonic solution. A hypotonic solution is a solution that has a high solute concentration and low water concentration, and in our experiment, it is salt water. The gummy bear loses water and shrinks because the water inside the gummy bear moves out to the salt water, reducing the volume and size of the gummy bear. In summary, a gummy bear does not swell in salt water because the salt water is a hypotonic solution. Instead of absorbing water and swelling, the gummy bear loses water due to osmosis. Water moves out of the gummy bear into the salt water to try and equalize the solute concentrations on both sides. This causes the gummy bear to shrink rather than swell until the water concentrations outside and inside the gummy bear reach equilibrium. Thank you very much.